Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name's Tamika. This is Library of Tomes, where I talk to you about all the bookish things going on in my life. Hi, welcome back. I hope y'all are doing great. It is officially Halloween, and I'm here to bring you my September wrap up and my October kind of TBR. I'm essentially just going to talk about the books that I'm still reading that I didn't finish in September that I will finish in October, but I want to talk about them because I didn't really read much. I read more than I have been, but I've not read like what I normally read. I have 7 titles to talk about. I have talked about many of them in other videos, but I'm still going to include them in this wrap up, so let's go on and hop on into it. So if y'all didn't know, I'm in a massive reading slump. So 7 titles, regardless of what kind of things they are, pat on my back. I'm doing really good now. So first of all, let's talk about the 7 titles. I did not really stray from romance this month. It was mostly romance. If there was anything that wasn't romance, it was erotica or manga, and really there wasn't that much variation. The 2 manga that I read were Yakuza Lover Volume 1. This one is a mafia type of story. It's about like a gangster mafia situation, like a mob boss and a girl who gets stumbled into like a really bad situation. I DNF'd it. I didn't love it. I didn't care for it. This felt very insta-love, very hard to believe, very just unbelievable. I can get on board with like unbelievability in books, especially in manga, but this one I was just not sold in any aspect. As someone who, you know, doesn't really like insta-love or insta-lust, it's just, this one didn't work. I know that I've had a couple people tell me just to try it again when I'm in the mood for smut. I am rarely in the mood for just smut, to be completely honest. That's going to be a theme you're going to notice throughout this wrap up. I don't know why I decided to make this the month where I just read all smut, but I just didn't connect with this. I didn't love this. It was just, I just couldn't get into it. It really did feel like they had 3 interactions and they were telling each other they loved each other, and I just really do not like that. I did not feel like they had enough interactions regardless of the amount of time that had passed between them, because I know Izzy said there was more time passing. I just don't care. I don't know. I didn't connect with it. It was not working for me, and I just had to let go on it. I might try it again in the future. We'll see when that would ever be. I'm not going to like unhaul my copy of it or anything. I'll leave it sitting on my shelves in case I do decide to come back to it. But it won't be anytime soon. It just didn't work. And then I read Sweat and Soap Volume 5, which I'm so happy that I read this volume of Sweat and Soap. I adore Sweat and Soap so much, and I had really taken a break from this series for a good minute. I just really hadn't dove back into the world for this one. This one is just a very cute, seinen, romancy type of story. It's a slice of life, and it follows our 2 main characters who are in a very adorable relationship. Our heroine has a problem where she really thinks that she smells all the time because she's constantly sweating, so she's constantly like cleaning herself, and she's like really obsessed with the soap at the soap company she works at, and the guy just loves smelling her. It helps him get inspired to make new products because he is the soap designer. Very adorable. I don't know how many times I can talk about Sweat and Soap without y'all getting tired of it, but I love Sweat and Soap. I am very excited to continue. Izzy did say that Volume 9 leaves on an emotional state, and I'm just not ready for that, so I'm going to be waiting till Volume 10 comes out before I even get close to Volume 9, but I do have plans on continuing and getting like Volume 6 or 7 caught up, but like not all the way to 9. I'm not ready for the emotional roller coaster. This one was adorable. I can't tell you anything else about it, but it was fabulous. I gave it 4 stars. I really enjoyed it. It was so freaking adorable, and that's all I got to say about Sweat and Soap anytime I talk about it. So I could not do this without talking about Bought by Daddy by Brianna Hale. This is her her short story in the anthology Dirty Daddies collection. It's like the 3rd one that they're doing. This is like the 3rd volume of it. I read her story, which is Bought by Daddy. It's literally exactly what it sounds like. It's with this girl who's dating this guy. She's really poor. She's an orphan essentially, and she's living with her foster parents. She turns 18. Until she finishes school, she gets to stay there, and she doesn't feel wanted anywhere, and her horrible boyfriend has something bad happen to her, and his dad comes in and buys her and takes care of her. And it's a daddy kink novella that is purely smut, and that's what it is. Brianna doesn't disappoint, but I gave this one a 3.5 star. It just was not my favorite novella from Brianna. I just didn't connect with any of the characters mostly, and the story just wasn't as dark as I was hoping it would be. It does have some dark elements, but it is mostly just like pretty surface level dark. But if you are interested in a Brianna, this one is not a bad one. I'm glad I read it. It was adorable, as all Brianna novellas are, but yeah. I read Bought by Daddy. It was fine. The hero is very tattooed, which I was very happy about. So then we have another DNF. I read Sacrifice by Jessica Gaziella for my Reading Like Heather vlog, my Hiya readathon vlog. I love Heather so much. You know, I love her. This wasn't it. This is about a witch, like a family of witches, like this coven of witches. So they send one of the witches off to be a sacrifice to demons every generation, and we follow the heroine who ends up being the sacrifice. So we're following our heroine who is the sacrifice to those demons, and she is different than all the other sacrifices because she's not good at controlling her powers, and because she's sad, she makes it rain, and the demons are like pissed about it, and she has to like, she's like, I don't know how to control it, like I can't control my powers, so like I don't know what to do, but maybe if I wasn't sad I wouldn't make it rain all the time. And this demon like takes a liking to her. I don't know, I DNF'd it halfway through it because I just didn't care. I was bored. I wasn't really connecting with the characters or the story. I was kind of skimming it towards the middle, and it was fine, you know, like I don't think it was the book as much as it was I'm in a reading slump, and I was just really struggling to get through it. I will probably come back to this one, completely honest. I think this one could work for me. I don't think this one will be a 5-star read for me. I don't know if I like Jessica Gaziella's writing enough for it to be a 5-star read for me, but I did like the concept, and I am very interested to see where it goes. So I will more than likely come back to this one when I'm out of this reading slump and like I'm ready for some paranormal, and I just really want to take and dive into that because the concept still works for me. It's just I don't know if this execution is going to work for me. Then I read Feed, which is an erotica monster novella, and this one's about a succubus and I want to say a dust moth or some kind of fairy. I don't know. He's some kind of thing. He's some kind of magical being. It's a novella. It's erotica. There is no HEA. They literally just bang. That's it. Like, they are enemies to lovers situation, workplace. They don't get along. And he shows up because she uses this app to like feed, because she needs, you know, like her needs met and she needs to feed. And he shows up and she doesn't like him and he doesn't like her. And I am very interested to see what this author does with this book. Like, I'm very excited for the full length. Like, I'm so excited for that. Like, I cannot wait for the full length book. I'm thrilled about that. I cannot wait to see the banter. I cannot wait to see the way the characters interact. I can't wait to see this workplace situation. I am ready for the drama, you know? But this didn't work. It was just not enough. Like I said, it was fine. If I treat this like a teaser, loved it. Fantastic. If I treat this as just a standalone piece of work, could take it or leave it. So I'm just saying that because I'm gonna say I left this unrated because I did. And like, it's not bad. In today's episode of Tamika doesn't like smut but continues to read smut. What sense does it make? The world may never know. So then we have This Is War by Kennedy Fox. This is a brother's best friend, enemies to lovers. This is the first one in a duet, and I think I'm gonna call it on Kennedy Fox if it's a duet. I just don't care about two characters enough to read 2 books about them. Like, there are not that many, well, that's a lie because I got these right here, but I just don't think I care that much about 2 characters to have more than like 1 book, you know? Like, I'm just a standalone kind of girl. Like, I love standalones. That's all I want is a standalone. Like, I don't need multiple books unless you're Lilith Vincent. Give me all of them. But this one it was just okay. It was a 3-star, probably closer to a 2.5. I just didn't care through the majority of it. Started out strong, was fine, was doing good. I didn't connect with their sexual tension. I didn't connect with their relationship. I didn't connect with their story. I didn't connect with any of it. And I just didn't love the characters. So I just didn't care about anything that was happening between them. And that plot twist at the end, that cliffhanger, I don't even care what happens. I'm not gonna continue reading it. Would I probably like this more if I was not on a very specific kick right now? Maybe. Did I care? Did I read this anyway? Yes. Do I blame that? No. I just don't think I like the book. I read more things, but they were all mediocre. Has that been the trend this month? Mostly. But let me tell you about the book that wasn't that trend. Let me tell you. Let me tell you about this book, man. I started this book in July. I finished it in September because, you know, I'm on top of the world over here. That book was Vibe by Liza James. Now, I know what you're thinking. Tamika, you started this book in July and you just finished it? That book must have been horrible. It wasn't. It wasn't. No. Let me tell you about it. This is a dark, sapphic romance. Yes, you heard that correctly. Back up. Rewind. It's a sapphic, dark romance, and it's everything I needed that I didn't know I needed. And I think it took me so long to read it because 1, reading slump, 2, my life got turned upside down, and 3, this one is very important. Number 3 is very, very important. Do you know how many other dark sapphic romances I found? Like 3. I need all the dark sapphic romance. I need the bullies, I need the cults, I need taboo, I need gunplay, I need it all. Okay? I need all of the dark sapphics. I need it all between 2 girls, okay? I need everything that you can possibly put in a dark romance, but make it gay. That's all I want. You know how many options I have? Like 2. I have like 2 options left. So it took me forever because, like, where else am I supposed to get this? Where am I going to get my fix when I'm addicted to dark sapphic romances and I have 2 to pick from? Let's be real here. So that's why it took me so long. I gave this a 4-star. It wasn't a 5. It was, but it was really good. It was really good. So we're following Aurora and Ruby, and Aurora was in a cult and Ruby was like, she's like a runaway and she's a stripper now. And essentially Aurora doesn't know that she's gay and Ruby is bisexual, and they have immediate chemistry. Like, immediately right off the page they are connected to one another. They have a connection. They are just perfect. Perfect beings, perfect for each other. And when I say that they cannot stay away from each other, they literally cannot stay away from each other. Like, Aurora literally cheats on her boyfriend to be with Ruby, and goes to the point of like getting a different job so that she can be around Ruby more. And Ruby's like pushing her away. She's like, no, if we're not gonna go through like have this connection, like go into our chemistry and like have a relationship, like I'm not gonna be your friend. And it's their relationship. There's a lot dealing with cults here. This is very taboo. Like, there's a lot of trauma like deep in the characters in this book, and it's just so good. There's a lot of internalized homophobia, obviously, so if that is something that triggers you, make sure you know that going in, because you got a lot of internalized homophobia from mostly our heroine, who is the one who was raised in the cult. So Aurora, she experiences a lot of homophobia towards herself because she was, you know, she was raised that she couldn't be that way, and it's very, very hard to watch. Phoenix, what are you doing? Kind of hard to read about, but it's really, really good. And yeah, 4 stars, loved that. Liza James, please write me 20 more. All right, so I also started Run Posey Run, which I will be continuing. We'll be continuing in October. I'm almost done with it. I'm like 70% through this right now. This one's really good. I'll give you full thoughts in my October wrap up. And I'm nearly finished with Hairpins and Curves? Hairpins and Curves? Hairpin Curves? I don't remember what this title is, but this is a sapphic romance. This is like a road trip. Friends to enemies to lovers. This one's really cute too. I'm almost done with it. So yeah, things are going to be coming in the next month, and you are going to have all of the books in my next wrap up, because I am determined to actually read some things, because I have a video I really want to do, but I got to read in order to do the video. So you want to take a guess what the video is, just by the books that I've talked about in this wrap up? I bet you could guess it on the comments. Definitely not monster fucking, and it's definitely not gay. Yeah, this is taking a weird turn. Anyway, so those are all the books that I read in September. Let me know down in the comments what books you read in September, and leave me your favorite emoji down in the comments. I don't care what kind it is. I mean, I would prefer anything spooky, but I've been telling y'all that for like a month and a half now. So, I mean, you could leave me something cute like a butterfly or a mushroom. I don't know. But I'll talk to you on my next video. Bye, everyone.